In the south of an old country, there is a forest. The name of the country is gone now. Only the shape of the forest is left. Banyan roots fall like ropes from above. A slow river holds the sky on its surface. Stones grow warm by morning and cool by dusk. Deep in the heart of it, a wide clearing once held the court of the wild kings. This is a story from that clearing. In those days, the king was a lion. His name was Pingalaka. His mane was gold, and he moved slowly. He had taken the forest from his father, the way a son takes a temple, half by blood, half by quiet. The deer paid him in stillness. The peacocks paid him by spreading their tails. He kept the order by being seen. He ate less than the forest expected, because a lion who eats too much is feared, and a lion who eats too little is loved. His court was a small one. Old lions who had once been hunters, 2 jackals who had served his father, a vulture who came and went. The 2 jackals were brothers. The older one, Karataka, was broad in the shoulder and easy with whatever the king's kills left behind. The younger one, Damanaka, was thin and watchful. He had been born into the court, but never quite fit inside it. He was given the smallest jobs. He carried messages. He stood at the edge of the meeting and listened. Damanaka had stopped hoping for more, but he had not stopped wanting it. Until one day, a sound came down the river road that no animal in the forest had ever heard. A merchant's cart had broken on the south path that morning. The axle cracked over a stone. The merchant tried for an hour to lift it, then gave up. He cut his 2 oxen loose, took only what he could hold, and walked back the way he came. One of the oxen was a young black and cream bull named Sanjivaka. He drifted north into the forest looking for water. He found the river, drank deep, and stayed. For weeks, the deeper forest did not know he was there. He grazed the meadows by the river. The grass was good and the water was endless. He filled out, his shoulders rising and his chest growing deep. He was, by some count, the largest creature in the forest now. He did not know it. One warm afternoon, with a full belly, he let out a long bellow. The kind of call a strong animal makes into a place that has not yet answered him. The sound traveled far. It found the clearing where Pingalaka was sleeping and woke him. Something in him, something quiet and easy for years, began to be afraid. Damanaka was, as he often was, at the edge of the clearing. He saw what almost no one else saw: the king's fear. A king is allowed to be afraid. A king is not allowed to be seen being afraid. Pingalaka sent his court away early that day. He did not walk the edge of his land. He did not hunt. He waited for the sound to come again. It did. And then again. Each time, he flinched a little less. Damanaka saw an opening. He went to his brother first. Karataka warned him, "The king has not asked for advice, and to speak when he has not asked is to put yourself within reach of his teeth." Damanaka thanked him and went anyway. He found the king in the long grass beyond the clearing. He did what a clever courtier does. He did not say what he had seen. He said only that he had heard the king was troubled, and that he, the smallest jackal in the smallest corner, would be honored to find the cause of it. The king was tired of being alone with his fear. He said yes. The next morning, Damanaka found the bull at the river. He told Sanjivaka that the king of this forest had heard his voice and wished to meet him. The bull, alone in the forest for weeks, said yes. Damanaka brought the bull to the clearing. He brought the king to the meeting place. He chose the angles so neither one could see the other's fear. The lion and the bull met. They circled, they watched, and they did not attack. Slowly, over days and then weeks, they became friends. It happened the way these things happen between two strong animals. There was nothing to bargain over, no deal to strike. The lion learned that the great voice that had scared him belonged to a creature with no claim on the forest. The bull learned that the king of the forest was, under the mane and the slow walk, a quiet animal who liked the long afternoons. They began to share those afternoons. The lion stopped walking the edge of his land. The bull stopped going back to the meadow. They lay in the shade of the same banyan and listened to the river. They spoke, the way friends speak, about nothing at all. The court emptied around them. Pingalaka stopped hearing problems. He stopped sitting with the older lions. He stopped seeing his courtiers. The only one he saw was the bull, who was no longer a stranger. The bull was somehow the center of the forest now. Karataka shrugged. He had never expected much. The vultures stopped coming. The older lions grumbled and waited. Damanaka could not shrug. He had set up the meeting. For one short week, he had been the most useful animal in the king's court. Then the king had wrapped the friendship around himself and forgotten the one who brought it. Damanaka was, once again, the smallest jackal in the smallest corner. It was not the bull's fault. He knew that. The bull had only walked into a forest and found a friend. The flaw in Damanaka was not that he hated the bull. The flaw was that he could not stand the shape of his own smallness. And the bull was, by accident, the shape of it. So Damanaka began to talk. He went to the king first. He spoke softly, the way one speaks to a king. He said, almost in passing, that he had seen the bull walking the edge of the clearing alone in the early mornings, before the king woke. He did not say it was a wrong. He only said it was strange. He let the word sit and he left. He went to the bull next. He said the king had been watching the bull eat in the long afternoons. The king's eyes had a hunger he had not seen since the old days. He only said it was strange. He let the word sit and he left. He came back to each of them, again and again, over the weeks. He never named anything outright. He only noticed, out loud, the small things a worried mind would already be tracking. He gave each of them the words for a fear they did not yet know how to speak. The king began to watch the bull in a new way. The bull began to watch the king in a new way. Each looked for what Damanaka had said. Each, of course, found it. The bull's morning walk did look strange now. The king's afternoon gaze did look hungry now. They had been looking at each other for months without seeing anything. Now they could not stop seeing. The friendship did not break in one day. It thinned. The afternoons in the shade grew shorter. The talks grew fewer. The silence between them, once the easy silence of two animals at rest, became the careful silence of two animals listening for the sound of the other's breath. Damanaka watched. Damanaka waited. He spoke a little more, only when needed. Only when one of them seemed about to forget what he had been told. It happened in the dry month, when the river was low and the air was thin. The bull walked toward the clearing that morning, the way he had walked toward it 100 times. His mind was on something Damanaka had said the night before. Something about the king speaking of the bull's neck, the strength of it, the meat on it. He told himself it was nothing. He kept walking. The lion waited in the clearing. the way he had waited there 100 times. His mind was on something Damanaka had said the night before. Something about the bull lowering his horns when the king passed. A small move, perhaps nothing, perhaps a readying. He told himself it was nothing. He kept watching. Each saw the other arrive. Each saw in the other's posture the thing Damanaka had named. The bull's head came up. The lion's shoulders dropped. The bull, scared now, lowered his horns the way a scared bull does. The lion, scared now, saw the horns lower the way a scared lion sees them. There was no pause. There was no last word. There was only the moment when each of them believed, at last, what he had been told. They charged. The fight was not long. Bulls are stronger than lions in the first second of a fight, and weaker than lions in every second after. Sanjivaka opened a gash in Pingalaka's shoulder before the lion got his teeth under the bull's jaw. The bull went down on his front knees. The lion took his throat. The bull died slowly, the way a large animal dies. His eyes stayed open. The river still ran, not far away. Pingalaka stood over the body for a long time before he understood what he had done. The understanding came in pieces. First, the silence. Then, the absence of the warning he had been waiting for. The moment when the bull would have shown his true heart. It had not come, because there had been no true heart to show. Then, the memory of the long afternoons in the shade. Then, the memory of a thin voice in the grass. A voice that had said only that something seemed strange. He sat down beside the body. He stayed there until evening. Damanaka came back to the court the next day. His place was waiting for him. He spoke softly. He carried messages. He stood at the edge of the meeting and listened. He had what he had wanted. He felt nothing. The lion mourned alone, in any forest, in any court, in any friendship strong enough to make a third animal feel small. One rumor, repeated softly, can break the strongest bond before either friend knows what is being lost.